Hello, SYTA family. We're delighted to join you again today with an introduction to candidates for your SYTA Board of Directors. I'm Justin Schuler, Chair of SYTA's Nominating Committee and immediate past president. Joining me today is Gaurav Namit of Fourwinds Travel and Tours. Tours and Travel. My apologies. Gaurav, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us what professional and personal experience you'll be able to offer the board during your term if elected.
So professionally, I've been working with Fourwinds for the last 5 years. In that time, I've been focused on expanding our international and domestic footprint when we could still do that. Fourwinds is a 26-year-old family-run business. It was started by my mom in the back of our house. So I've basically been involved my whole life in some capacity. Before joining full-time, I'd worked several places around the world, but my last positions were in out west in Silicon Valley. I worked on several tech startups. So, through Fourwinds, I've been focusing on bringing that changing mindset, bringing technology and kind of being able to iterate quickly on different ideas to help push us forward. And that's the kind of ideas that I want to bring to SYTA overall. Personally, I'd say I've traveled a lot. I've always been very passionate and, loved seeing new places, a bit of an aviation geek too. And I think that's always driven my desire to think about and talk about and just inspire people to travel more.
It's awesome. I certainly understand the family aspect of being in the business, so I appreciate that. So understanding the extraordinary impact that COVID-19 has had on the world as a whole, and in particular the travel industry, what other challenges do you see the student travel industry currently facing?
So I think the repercussions of COVID-19 are pretty far-reaching for everybody, but obviously I think we're probably the worst hit. And I think, with that, nothing's been more decimated than the education industry. I think a big thing has been that remote learning has kind of pushed, really widened the education gap between rich and poor. And, travel has always been one of the best ways to democratize that. I think we as an industry have had tremendous impact on students' lives and our youth's lives. And I think this is an opportunity for us to continue that focus, help educate the world on the value of travel for our youth, how I think it's more critical than ever to help people understand how integral travel is to a well-rounded education.
Yeah, that's terrific. So understanding, obviously, some of these identified challenges, what do you see as some possibilities for SYTA to overcome some of those?
So, I think it's, we're in a tough spot. The whole world is. I think SYTA has the opportunity to, make sure that we help continue to educate our members, our associates, because that's what trickles down to where the schools, our clients, our administrators, our teachers get information and get to the forefront of what is and isn't allowed. I think whether it's educating on the value of any type of trip, whether that's a simple trip to the local theater, a bus trip to another state, kids' first time on a plane in a hotel, all of these experiences, which people in the travel world who do this regularly, we almost forget how valuable they can really be. I think it's important for us to, make sure that we push and remind everyone what those can really do for people. I think a big part of right now is about education on safety and all of that. And we need to continue to make sure we're knowledgeable about that. I think a lot of questions I'm getting from all of my clients are about what do we know, what's happening in other places. And I think SYTA has always been a great tool for us to sort of provide those answers and help make sure everyone knows what is allowed where and how.
Yeah, that's great. So thank you so much. So thanks for letting us have an opportunity to get to know Gaurav as a candidate. Tell us a little something about Gaurav as a person. What do you do for fun? What's a fun fact that maybe somebody doesn't know about you?
So I used to live in Japan, actually, for just over 2 years, and I learned Japanese. I think I didn't do the normal Japan thing a lot of people do for that time. I wasn't a teacher. I worked at Fujitsu, so I actually had a regular job. And I was in a town where I lived. Nobody spoke English. Like, there was not a single resident. It was the best way to learn a language, I'll tell you that. And I think it probably springboarded part of my love for travel. I used to travel all around Asia from there. Though it might just be I really love trying new food. And so that's what gets me to go.
Totally understand that. Gaurav, thanks so much for taking the time to allow us to get to know you a little bit more. Your commitment to student travel and your family's commitment is truly appreciated.
Thank you, Justin.
SYTA members, thank you for taking the time to get to know your candidates. As a reminder, ballots for the SYTA Board of Directors will be sent to the primary member of your organization through email. Please review these ballots and let your voice be heard. Cast your vote when voting opens in August. Thank you.